Hey, hi, hello, and good afternoon. My name is Amanda, and welcome to Harmony Portal Tarot. I hope Tarot Live, I should say, yes, different channel than Harmony Portal Tarot. Yeah, but I hope you're all doing well. I'm gonna turn my light down just a bit, wait for a few people to get in here. Yeah, we're gonna start out kind of in an unconventional way today. I'm gonna wait a moment or two to let some people get in here. So if you're watching the replay, it might take a second. Oh, there they are. There's some people coming in. Hello, Michelle Lynn. Hello, Linda Age, Cheyenne Downey, Sun Goddess, Vicky Downey. It's still telling me there's one person here, which no. 2 likes on the video. Thank you so much for that, you guys. I'm in such a weird but good mood. The last few days have been very heavy energetically. I don't know if you guys have been feeling this as well, but I'm going to get into just some of what I've got going on, like in my dream state. I'm gonna take a quick drink of water because I just ran up here. I had to let my dog out. Hopefully my son will let him in. Whew. Okay, so yes, as you all know, with the whole dream thing, I no longer go to the astral realm. And it doesn't mean that I end up there. I do, which is kind of weird, but I always set the intention before going to bed that I'm no longer going to what I'm now calling the dumpster fire of the astral realm. And I notice a lot of times I'm just kind of in this like stasis or holding space, and it's very like dream sequence in a movie esque. I don't really know how to put it into words, but it's almost like black space and just like the last 2 nights, well, 2 nights, and then last night as well, which was the 29th, and then the 28th, I kept having dreams of, you guys might know them, those in the US for sure, it's made national news, the Idaho Four. There were 4 college students in Moscow, Idaho that were murdered, and they were stabbed to death at their home, and 2 of the roommates actually were downstairs and didn't even hear anything, didn't wake up or anything. But the killer has been on the loose, and this happened in November 13th, early morning hours of November 13th. And, it's not like really, really close to where I live, but it's decently close. But 3, if not 4, I think it was 3 of the 4 were born at the same hospital I was, in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. So, I mean, it really just does hit close to home for me. The fact that these poor children, I see them as children, they're like in their early 20s, were murdered. I mean, it's just so sad that, life was just snuffed out. And, but anyway, on the 28th, so 2 nights ago, I'm just going to read from my dreams app. So I woke up this morning and I was feeling kind of off and kind of anxious. Like I was waiting to hear news on something, but like I couldn't think of anything except like my dreams the past few nights, because I kept having dreams about these poor kids that were murdered and the murderer. And I'll just share it because this isn't something I don't tend to call them like predictions on these kind of things, because I mean, just trying to piece together your dreams. I mean, I don't want to say a name and then have it not be that person. And, people are, not that anyone's watching the channel really, but, someone were to take a name that I said and run with it. Like, I just don't want to put that out there until maybe after the fact. But this is not the dreams app, the notes app on my phone where I record my dreams. So I'll just read kind of what I remember from the dreams. They were very piecemeal, very quick cuts of things, very, I don't know, dream sequence, very abstract or not very concrete, really. But on the night of the 28th, I wrote, the Idaho 4 murder victims kept coming through. The killer was shrouded in shadow, but he told me he played for the blue team. He said his name was Brian and attended a neighboring school, and then me just kind of speculating Pullman, because I know the area. Then I jumped to wrapping Ryan's Christmas presents. Ryan is my husband. And of course, Brian is the name of the killer, at least according to my dream. And writing, so it's very interesting. I used to call my husband Ryberger, like Ryan, and, her last name is Dunn, but I used to call him Ryberger for some weird reason. And then in the dream, so I kept writing on Christmas presents. We got another donation, Ryberger, and then I was making some Christmas cookies in that dream. It was very weird, very montagey. And then last night, it was like up a notch. Nothing real, like concrete came through, but it felt very imminent, like something was happening. So 12/29/22, I kept seeing the faces and hearing the names of the Idaho, the people who were murdered. I should probably correct that. No cohesive dream. It was more of an impression than anything concrete. I think they are telling me the murderer will be caught soon. God, I hope so. So I wrote that yesterday, or this morning, sorry. And then, because it was the dream I had the night before, because today's the 30th. I haven't dreamed on the night of the 30th yet. So that's how I keep track of that. But I'm just like, waiting for something to come through. And I just was on YouTube earlier today, and I saw that they had made an arrest in Pennsylvania, which I was like, what? And went down this rabbit hole. First, they were saying some guy, I'm not going to repeat the name. His name started with a J and his last name started with an E. And I'm like, oh, this just doesn't feel right. And then the video that I saw with that was privated, so it was taken down. So I'm like, okay, well, all these major news outlets were reporting that they had a suspect in custody. And I was like, yes, thank goodness. I just want to know that this justice is going to be served. And then it started coming out. A guy named Brian Christopher Koberger was arrested, but the Brian was spelled different than I had spelled in my notes app. It was Bryan and Koberger. And I just thought that was so interesting in the dream. I kept writing Ryberger, which, is a pet name for my husband that I haven't used in years, but I just thought it'd be funny to reprise that on his Christmas gifts this year. And then in the dream, I was writing that out on the Christmas gifts after the murderer had told me his name was Brian and he played for the blue team and was from a neighboring city college. I'm still like, whoa, what is happening? But the guy they arrested was I think they kept saying PhD student at the neighboring college in Pullman, Washington. But he had also attended, DeSales University. I don't know if I'm saying that right. But he had an undergrad degree, I guess, from this university, but it's blue and red. WSU is red team, Pullman, Washington, but this is colors blue and red for the Pennsylvania University he attended. I was just shook. I was like, and yeah, I know a lot of college teams have the color blue, but wow, I was just like, wow, how's this happening? But that's good news. They've got a suspect in custody, and I'm gonna assume that they have some pretty hardcore evidence on this guy if they are arresting him and booking him. So and went all the way to Pennsylvania to find him. So and I kept thinking he had worked with some sort of accomplice. Just in my own kind of tuning into the energy of it. Whether that remains to be seen or not, I don't know. Yeah. But I saw there was a Reddit post by this same Brian Koberger guy that was looking to interview ex-cons on, why they do things they do, why they commit crimes and stuff. But he was a criminology student. So very interesting. And of course, this is all alleged, so I don't know. I'm assuming they have a really good reason to arrest this guy, but he was a PhD student in criminology at WSU. So, wow. Okay, so that's my little, I guess, news for the weird energy I've been feeling, and I don't know. How imminent it felt when I woke up this morning after the dream of just seeing. I didn't get any information last night, but the night before I sure did. But the poor victims, I kept seeing their faces and hearing their names, almost just like headlines across like a black screen in my dream. And wow, it was just so interesting. But yeah, that's hopefully going to be settled and justice will at least be served. I mean, it's still unsure how this guy even knew these kids. These kids were, I think, 8 years younger than him. So it wasn't like they were in the same classes or knew each other from around campus or anything. So I don't know if this guy just did a wild thing just to people he doesn't even know. I have no idea. I guess time will tell, and those news reports. The Moscow Police Department is doing a press conference later today, so very interesting stuff. Yeah, how is everybody doing? Hello Vicky, hello Sarah A, Linda H is here, Amber A, Florence B, welcome everybody. What we're gonna do to start, we're gonna get everybody a message. So if you would like me to pull you a message, just put 777 in the chat And of course, if it appears that I've skipped you, I will definitely come back. Sometimes the back end of my studio here is a little different. Oh, you're enjoying some downtime? That's awesome, Linda. All right, Vicky's the first 777 I see. So here we go. Unleash. Hold nothing back. Expand into the universe. So there might be some new opportunity coming in, but you're being asked to just go forward with something and expand, which is very exciting. All right, Linda H. Get Linda H a message. Here it is. Morning star, keep shining even when others have quit. And I love this. This came out in one of the daily messages that I filmed this week, which you will probably see next week. But yeah, keep shining. I love that you're taking some downtime because we all need that. Yeah, I don't know what to do with the video. It's buffering, I think, maybe quite possibly, but hopefully that will improve over time here. Michelle Lynn, woo, yours went flying. Let me grab it off the floor. Ooh, we have here radiate, let your light shine through. So yeah, you really are coming into your own as far as that just willpower and ready for, oh no, now it's being disrupted with the sound. My apologies for that. Hopefully you can hear your message, guys. Just your well-being improving, kind of like that reading we tuned into last, was it Wednesday? Yes. But your light is starting to shine through very slowly but surely. And of course, we're now in Mercury retrograde, which we did the Reclaiming Your Personal Power healing session on Zoom last night, but no one attended. And my mom, after I was done, she messaged me. She's like, I tried and tried and tried. I could not get into the Zoom meeting. So yeah, Mercury retrograde. My apologies for everything going on in the communication field here. Let's get Sarah a message. And we have here the dark. Take a moment to sit under the star-speckled sky, listening to crickets and breathing in the cool night air. So Sarah A, just maybe even spending time just kind of with, to me, it's like sensory deprivation. It's almost like that dream state I was in with black screen and just, thoughts coming through or images coming through. So this could also be taking time to meditate, taking time to journal as well. All right, Florence B, let's get you a message. Here it is. All right, we have here trust. The light in you cannot be dimmed. So trust that your intuition is on point today and that you are on the right track. And a lot of things, like when you feel less than or not good enough, just know that that light within you cannot be dimmed. There might be the perception that it has dimmed, but it actually hasn't dimmed. So tuning into the fact that it is bright and shiny is really going to benefit you. All right. So let's go to Cheyenne. Cheyenne's message is thrive. There is enough space for the moon and her stars not to tear each other down. So this is, we were kind of tuning in the last few weeks or so for you, Cheyenne, about, you felt bad that you had to settle for things. And this is not settling energy. This is not surviving. This is thriving. So this is reaching for the stars. This is knowing that there is enough, jobs out there, there's enough resources out there for everybody. It's just about finding the right fit for you, I think, is what's coming through with this message. But you're being asked to thrive and not to feel that if others are getting something that you're not, that means there's nothing for you. There definitely is something out there for you. Okay. Brianna, let's get Brianna a message. Right. Here it is. It's coming through. Radiate, let your light shine through, but this one wants to come as well. Evolve. The cosmic potential flows through you. So you are radiating your light. You're letting your light shine, but also, you're really evolving into knowing your higher potential like never before. This is such a powerful message. Yes, absolutely. And I knew that part of the message really wasn't for you, but it did inspire the rest of the message for me for your specific message, Cheyenne. Yeah, let's go to Jessica Lynn. And we have here radiate as well. Let your light shine through. So yeah, I think as a collective message almost for everybody watching, this is really asking you to come and allow that beautiful light of yours to shine through. But specifically for Jessica Lynn, not dulling your light to fit in. If someone's annoyed by your light or just, jealous of your light or whatever it is, you're being asked to keep shining anyway. Don't dull your sparkle for anyone else. If they're in a bad mood, let them be in a bad mood. You're just going to shine your light. Yes. All right, Amber A, let's get you a message as well. And here it is, phases. Shine even when you're not whole. I love this. There's so much messaging here about shining, and not all these cards talk about shining. There's light there, but self-care, inspire, dark side, the sun. But it's very interesting. The word shine has come out in so many of these. Oh no, are we serious? Did I not change my battery? Let me get the battery changed real quick, you guys. That's the one little thing I overlooked today as I'm setting up. And just know that this might get loud for a second. So if you're wearing earbuds, please turn them down or take them out for just a moment while we get resituated here. And then we'll check the chat for any other. Yeah, it doesn't tend to last too long, but just wanted to make sure no one got blasted in the ears with that beeping sound. Okay, and we're back. Maybe. Okay. And hopefully we are focused enough. Oops, wrong way. There we go. And just to check. There we go. I hope we're back in action now. Let me plug this one in. Or just, I'll set it there. We don't need to worry about charging it right this second. But anyway, yes. And Florence B has made a donation. Yes, I'm going to check the donation. So if you're just joining us and would like a card, go ahead and put 777 in the chat. And while I wait to see if anyone else does that, I'm going to update our donation list. But Cheyenne, I think you already posted your question. Let me double check. Yes, you did. And then we have one from Vicky, full reading. And then, oops, Florence B. All right, so there's our updated and most recent list right there. Okay, so let's just see anyone else that wanted to donate. You're so welcome, absolutely. And this is just a collective for all of us, so what do we need to know? Is it about shining? Love to the moon and back. I love this. Yes, this is self-love. This is love of others. Just, not loving with conditions, not loving with boundaries, but loving just wholeheartedly and unconditionally. That's what we're being asked to do today. But again, that being said, if there are toxic people in your life, you do not have to let them into your inner circle. You can love them at a distance or send them love and, go your own way. This does not mean you have to pour fire or pour gasoline on yourself to keep someone else warm is kind of the energy coming through for those that are like, I don't want to love certain people. Yes. Okay. I was meant to have my driving test this morning, but my friend never received my message and I canceled it. Unfortunately, Mercury retrograde, but I have it at the end of January. Okay, perfect. Let's see. Yeah, I'm sorry you had to cancel, but I mean, hopefully divine timing is at play. And of course, at the end of January, Mercury will no longer be retrograde. Good sign. Not to say that Mercury retrograde is bad. I mean, it gets such a bad rap. I actually get some of my brightest and most amazing creative ideas during Mercury retrograde. And Mercury does rule your intelligence in the chart. So wherever your chart is, or your Mercury is in your chart, whatever signs, which is Virgo and Gemini that Mercury rules, can kind of go a little cattywampus, but also they can have some extra inspiration because when Mercury's retrograde, I mean, of course, it's never actually moving backward, but it does appear to be in backward motion from our vantage point, and it also appears to be closer to us. And your message in PayPal, awesome. Yeah, bad weather, so maybe it was fate. Yeah, you want to definitely have some good weather while you're doing your driver's test, that is for sure. But yeah, just I get a lot of great insight during Mercury retrograde. So don't fear Mercury retrograde. Just kind of know, what they're showing with like the bad weather analogy is dress for rain. You might just be pleasantly surprised you're getting some sun when Mercury retrograde is about. So, all right, question in PayPal. Yeah, I know what you meant. All right, I'm going to go over to my email. Oh, and Katie P has also donated, so I'm going to get her on the list here momentarily. It's still very loud. I've tried. I don't know what to do. And it's not just this water bottle. It's any like straw situation in the water bottle that I have. Every one I've ever had. It's just so squeaky and noisy and I don't get the best suction. I don't know what it is. Is it just me or anyone else deal with that? it's crazy. Okay, let me go back over here. You can't talk properly. Well, welcome to my world. Yeah, that's my problem a lot of times. It's actually Mercury's retrograde in my third house, which is your communication, and I have my South Node there as well. So it's going to be a very interesting couple weeks for me with trying to communicate while my job is communication. But again, when Mercury was retrograde in Sagittarius last time, I got some amazing insight just from my own tracking, keeping track of things. Katie P. Okay, we've got Katie P on the list as well. And we are diving into Cheyenne's question right now. Okay. So if you would like to timestamp this yourself, Cheyenne, the time is 20:55, 20 minutes, 55 seconds. All right, so male, let's go over here to Cheyenne. Wonderful, Cheyenne. Okay. Hi, Amanda. I have my driving test in a few weeks, and I told my dad when I get my license, I don't want to give him or my brothers lifts as their energy makes me uncomfortable, and I've had enough. My dad dismissed me, but either way, I have no intention of driving them around, but curious, will there be any comments when I pass? Thank you. Okay. Yeah. I would just say for your own mental health and well-being to stick to your boundary. I think you've set a really nice boundary, and I'm sure that your dad and brothers are going to try to encroach on that boundary. Just because we set a boundary doesn't mean it's going to be honored or respected, but you honoring and respecting that boundary yourself, these others can't force you, right? They can't force you to drive them somewhere. They can sure have their words about it or their ideas about it or opinions about it, but at the same time, they can't force you to do anything you don't want to. So I'm glad you set that boundary. But let's tune in, and I'm going to read the last part of your question one more time. Just curious, will there be any comments from them when you pass your driving test? Okay, go back to my camera. There we go. All right, so we have the Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Crystals, and the Six of Cups. So I think they're going to be, yeah, I do think they're going to be nice to you about it and say congrats. But at the same time, you might be using this excitement energy to try to get through your boundaries and have you drive them somewhere. That's kind of what I'm seeing with this. But you might even hear a couple, yeah, I knew you could do it. But that doesn't mean across the board everybody's going to be supportive, especially if there is one. I'm picking up the brother energy. May not really say much at all. But then we have the Page of Crystals, which kind of carries the torch of the Ace of Crystals or the Ace of Pentacles in this deck. To let you know, yeah, someone is kind of smooth talking you. So it might be the brother that is closest in age to you and Vicky. It might be that brother, but then the other brother, this is also father energy. And this came out with the Seven of Wands. This is like standing up for themselves. So your dad might try to make a case for himself. Like, your old man, or your dad, he needs this, he needs that. I don't think he's speaking to you in the third person, but he's trying to make a case for himself why maybe you should take him places, or it's kind of your duty to take him places. Again, honoring your boundaries is going to be of utmost importance here. But with the sun, anytime the sun comes out in any reading, there's happiness here. So don't let any of these male energies in your family dull your sparkle, because you're going to be able to pass and, experience what you want. Just hold firm to your boundaries. This also could mean you feeling like you have to explain why you have these boundaries or anything like that. Yeah, your dad's eyes popped last night like he saw an opportunity. Yeah. So he might be trying to make a case for himself, like, yeah, drive me here. I'll do this for you. Or, maybe even bring up things from the past that, really aren't even relevant to you driving him anywhere, but he's bringing up a whole bunch of things from the past. This could even be the other brother that's kind of trying to butter you up energy. But then I see the other brother, the more older brothers, he either gives us minimal attention or he doesn't give you any kind of pushback so much. He's just kind of almost out of the equation, if that makes sense. But the brother closest in age to you might be buttering you guys up to try to get a ride. Yeah, you'll have fun. Absolutely. Yeah, he makes you on edge though. Yeah, you shouldn't have to drive anyone anywhere. I mean, you're paying your own bills. You're not relying on them to do anything for you. So they should not be relying on them. Not that, your relationship with them is transactional, but I feel you have had to set these proper boundaries, because it's been very transactional, at least on their end, trying to get something from you, trying to get something from Vicky, when really it should be the other way around. Not to say that you and Vicky should be trying to get something from them, but energetically speaking, it's usually the females that are more dependent on the males. Not trying to be genderist or sexist or anything, but just energetically speaking, the masculine energy is usually the one to protect and to take action and to provide for, but it's completely backwards in your guys' case. Oh, Wayne and Joe are closest in age. Yeah, whichever one is the next oldest of you and Vicky, I think is going to be the one that tries to butter you guys up to get what they want. And then the one that's the oldest is just kind of gonna, if he is involved, it's like he's working through the other brother or through your dad. If not, he's just really kind of detached from the situation, doesn't care too much, if that makes sense. Oh, okay, I gotcha. Okay. Very interesting. So you guys are right in the middle. So yeah, I would see Joe as maybe the one kind of buttering you up, and Wayne as the one kind of working maybe through the dad and Joe, if that makes sense. Yeah, but I hope that resonated. And yeah, I would just say stand very firm in your boundaries, because no one's going to honor your boundaries if you don't. So it's going to be up to you, especially if you already set that bar. You've set that precedence that, yeah, when I get my license, I'm not going to be on call for you guys to take you here, there, and everywhere. No, 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 no. And, you know, usually I'm seeing specifically the father, like your father's energy will kind of work and nod and prod and try to get into, you know, you feeling sorry for him. So you'll take him somewhere, and then that will just escalate into you constantly having to take him places. He won't relent. He won't give up. He'll just continue to use and use and use. So please, for your own happiness, for your own well-being, set those boundaries and stick to them, because it'll be like a downward thing, like a downward spiral of you give in once. He knows that eventually if he begs hard enough or, you know, says the right thing, that eventually you'll give in again and again and again, and you just don't need that in your life. Okay, Vicky is our next donation. Let's get into Vicky's question. All right, for Vicky. And then Florence, you are on deck. Yeah, I'm not close to dad anymore. I don't care. Yeah, been good for you, lady. Yes. You got this. Okay, so let's go to Vicky. And let me just update the list. So that will be Florence B on deck, and then Katie P right after Florence. Okay, so Vicky, I think I had seen her question over on email as well. PayPal. Okay. General reading. Oh, yeah, and she said that in the chat too as well. All right, general reading. Here we go. Oh, hello, Melissa. I already did the free readings at the very beginning of the live stream. I usually do them about the first 20 minutes or so. So I guess a hot tip would be, if you would like to kind of piggyback on someone else's reading, you can just scroll back to the beginning and just see where you end up as far as someone else's reading. If you would like to do that. Okay, so Vicky, general, anything Vicky needs to know, Spirit. Ooh, there's some clarity coming in, specifically with a situation that has been very confrontational and caused a lot of conflict in your life. This really could be your career, figuring out or getting some clarity in your career, or this even is brainstorming energy. So this could be you coming up with ideas to make your future better. I really do see this as a positive. Or if it's not a positive, it's like you've taken a negative situation and you're finding the positive within it. So the future is looking much brighter than the recent past, for sure, Vicky. So let's see anything else she needs to know. I'm really getting a career vibe with this, though. Yeah, Knight of Daggers, so Knight of Swords. So very quick moving energy. Once you get this clarity or this spark or idea, you're going to take it and run with it. I really love to see that Knight of Daggers. It's one of the quickest moving energies in the deck. Next or second to the Eight of Wands, which, you know, yeah, this is closing out for sure, especially in the mental department, just, you know, kind of stressing, kind of worrying, having that anxiety, sleepless nights about what does my future look like? What does my future hold? I want something more permanent. I don't want to settle for something temporary. I would like to know what's going on here. So you're really closing in on some bright ideas, or maybe you're hearing about something. This also could be news coming in. So maybe you've applied somewhere, you're hearing news back on that, and it's going to be very swift, closing out an old cycle so you can start something fresh. So let's see what fresh energy is coming, because this to me feels like where you've been and maybe currently where you are, not where you're going. So let's see what is coming in place of this 10 of Daggers energy for Vicky. Oh, wow, we got a lot going on here. We've got the Authoritarian, which is the, oh man, is this is the, sorry, I think this, yes, this is the Emperor energy. I had to think for a second. Yes, the Emperor is the 4th tarot card, because they changed the names in this deck from Emperor to obviously here Authoritarian. So yes, this is success. This is you taking charge, you taking control of your future and not allowing, you know, the past to dictate your future, or you feeling kind of stressed or worried about like what the future hold. There's success here, but this is you taking action, you taking the reins of the situation to bring forth this change, this shift that's coming in. We have the King of Swords to really come in and clarify this Knight of Swords. So you're really mastering something here, and also the Knight of Crystals, Knight of Pentacles. So fastest moving knight and then slowest moving knight. But I love to see this combination, because this is telling me, Vicky, anything that's coming in, any opportunities, any news, any ideas coming in, you're going to take swift action. And not only is it going to be that swift action you're taking, but it's not going to fizzle out, because you have that longevity of the Knight of Pentacles to take you for the ride as well. So this is so powerful that not only is this going to be a beginning of something and it's going to start hot and heavy and ready to go out of the gate, but it's also going to be a long-term solution to some of the things that have been going on in your life. Let's just see. I'm going to go to this deck. Anything else Vicky needs to know, please, Spirit, in all areas of just anything that needs to be said. Okay, these two want to come out. We have the Hare with Strength. Time to make clear decisions. You've got a lot of clarity with this knight, or sorry, this ace, this knight, and this King of Swords. That's so much clarity coming in. Time to make clear decisions, bring awareness and light to the situation, which to me feels very career oriented, but even your life in general, the direction you're taking your life. Let's put him over here. And then Dolphin with Atlantis. Healing wisdom is surfacing. Stop and listen. So there's a lot of healing coming in for, your life, your career, your physical health, your mental health. A lot of great healing wisdom is coming forward from your inner self at this time. So this is very powerful that you've got all this going on. I want to grab one of these. I dropped a whole little stack of cards. Let me grab it real quick. They're everywhere. All right. So let me shuffle these up. I think I got them all. Let me double check. Yeah, okay. Anything else Vicky needs to know? Please, Spirit. All right, this one right here. She of the Mossy Bray. And these remind me so much of Ireland. Of course, I've never been, at least not in this life, but this is where's the box? Down here. This is the Forest Fae deck, and it's so green and lovely and just reminds me of Ireland. I love it. Going back to my Irish roots, yes, but it says here, she of the Mossy Bray. Not all things are as they seem. Trust in your intuition. And because of this, maybe you were operating under false pretenses or false information in the past, but with this clarity, truth bomb coming in hot, you're going to know. So this is your intuition being very on point at this time. So please trust your intuition above, what anyone outside of you is saying, or, you're going to be very on it. We've also got a cute little bluebird here on this card. So bluebirds might be sent to you from Spirit to let you know you're on the right path. And I don't know if you have a lot of bluebirds in your area. I don't tend, like where I'm at in Montana, I don't tend to see a lot of bluebirds. Like we don't have blue jays here. We don't even have red cardinals here, which is kind of sad to me because I would love to see some of these really beautiful, colorful birds. But if you have blue birds in Ireland, or if you see one, then take that, or even just like on someone's shirt or online, just take that as a major sign things are really looking up. All right. Also, we have the hare symbolism and dolphin symbolism for you as well, Vicky. So if you want to look those birds or messages up, spirit animals up for some additional guidance, feel free to do so. What a lovely message, though. I'm excited for you. Yeah, and this to me feels like it's over the next 3 months, but specifically, you're really starting to feel this very soon. Okay. All right. So let's see. Next, we have, I do believe it's Florence B. Oh, Nams, I already did all the free readings at the beginning. Usually it's about the first 20 minutes or so. I will either do a collective reading or any free reading. But if you would like to donate, the amount to donate is in the description. So please read that very carefully. Ooh, don't want to drop that. All right. And Florence, I'm not sure if Florence left her question in above or in PayPal. I will double check that. Double check. Okay. Usually she leaves it here in the chat. So let me scroll up. Oh, question. What blessings are coming in 2023? I love it. I love it. Let's find out for Florence. And anyone wondering what's coming for you in 2023, I do have a 2023 in-depth prediction over on my Harmony Portal Tarot channel, linked in the description below. Feel free to check that out. I also have the January reading up over there as well. All right, so for Florence B, what blessings are coming in for Florence? Tuning into Florence's inner guidance, Florence's wonderful energy. Blessings coming in for her in 2023. Ooh, we have the Knight of Pentacles, so slow and steady. And I just heard slow and steady wins the race. So something you have maybe already started or you're thinking of starting in 2023 is bringing in some longevity for you. It's really going to go the distance. This is a new opportunity, I think, for the most part. If this is something you've already kind of tuned into, maybe you just haven't figured out everything you want to do to make this dream a reality for yourself. But yeah, you might have even felt very overwhelmed by, what does the future hold? But this is letting me know, since we're asking about blessings coming for you in 2023, the things that really caused you stress, worry, anxiety in 2022, you're finding ways to dissipate or just calm a lot of anxiety in 2023. So instead of feeling stress and worry, you're feeling protected, you're feeling safe, you're feeling inspired, ready to make a forward move. All right, what other blessings are coming in for Florence B in 2023? Hey, that rhymed. Florence B in 2023. Ooh, this one flipped. Ooh, 2 of them. Whoa, there might be some love coming in. At the very least, though, Florence, this is self-love. You just discovering deeper facets of yourself and loving yourself unconditionally in ways that maybe in the past were very difficult to do. But a big blessing coming in is deep soulmate connection, either with yourself. Obviously, we are our own soulmate as well, right? But also non-romantic soulmates could be a part of this, but also romantic. I know this is the 4 of Pentacles, but I'm really feeling a kingly energy with this. So to me, feels like a significant other might be coming into your life in 2023. So I think that would be a huge blessing if you're looking for love. But also financial independence or finding ways to better budget or have more finances come in. You're figuring out some financial ability. So we got that nice Knight of Pentacles to really corroborate this for specifically in business or your job. You're finding ways, maybe even an additional income stream with this combination as well. Or that side hustle you've been doing is really taking off, quite possibly. Ooh, we have here the 3 of Wands. Yes, finally being able to take action on some plans. So to me, this Knight of Pentacles energy is really just qualifying something you've maybe had ideas about or plans about, but never really took full force action on. But in 2023, you're going to be able to travel. This is also a travel card, and also move. If you want to move, 2023 is going to be a great year for you to be able to move. And I'm just now getting the information to, if you don't know your numerology, Florence, look up your personal year for 2023. So to look up your personal year, all you do is add your date and the month and the day of your birth. You don't have to worry about the year of your birth, just the month and the day, and then add 2023 to that, and that will give you what your personal year number is going to be for 2023. And 2023 for all of us is a universal year number 7, because 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 3 equals 7. And that is a very introspective, self knowledge, very hermit energy, but also utilizing that knowledge to improve our lives. So we're all going to have this underlying seven energy. Oh, you're in a year nine. So you're closing out some cycles to be able to really, it's almost like you're tuning into that one energy early because you're closing up, you're putting a wrap on a lot of things and, maybe cutting cords from the past, specifically in love or even your self-love department, being able to cut cords on past versions of you that just no longer resonate with you and, allowing that part to flow so that you can have some beautiful new fresh energy and ideas come in. Any other blessings coming in for Florence? 23. And we have here vegans, not to be confused with vegans, the vegans. So solitude, independent, and peace. So pretty much the universal year number 7 I was talking about. But within this very introspective and independent energy of the year number 7, you're getting a lot of downloads with what to do and who to communicate with, who to collaborate with, who to connect with on a deeper, more soul level, and who to travel to see, who to reach out to, who to allow into your energy. You're being very picky with the people you are communicating with the people you're hanging out with. You're not just settling for, that coworker or, that person you used to communicate with that just is kind of toxic. Instead, you're making changes to the way you communicate or connect with other people. You're not allowing just these shallow connections. It doesn't mean you can't have acquaintances or more shallow connections. You absolutely can, but it's just not going to be where your focus is in 2023. So if you've had a lot of shallow or maybe even deep relationships, but they never really go anywhere, they never really expand, you're going to see a big change with that in 2023, where you're going to be able to maybe even go on some sort of spiritual retreat or vacation where you can meet up with soul family this year. So that would be really powerful if you could be able to do that in 2023. And we've got on the back of the deck here, I'm just now seeing, she's looking up at me, the Magician. So being able to manifest the life you want through that introspection, through that self-love, and really doing the work to put to a close all of that 9 energy that you're going to be working on this year. Really going to set you up for a great stage in 2024, absolutely. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. 2023 in and of itself is going to be a very transformational year for you, is what it looks like to me, Florence. So yay, keep on keeping on. You've got this. It's so powerful. That's really on point. I'm so glad it resonated for you. Awesome. Okay, Katie P is next, and then I saw another donation come through from B Degree, Brianna. Wonderful, Brianna. Okay, so Katie P. Okay. Copy my list here and enter. And I'm not sure if Katie put her question on PayPal or not. Sometimes everybody does, sometimes they don't. Oh, why does Jordan feel so anxious after our conversation? Okay, let's tune in. And of course, anytime we're doing a reading, tuning into someone else's energy, I can really only tune in as deeply as this person is open. And just think of this person just out in public at the grocery store. However open their energy is in a place like that, a public arena is about as open as I can get. But a lot of times people have, holes or leaks in their energy field, and we can see and tune in. But, ethically speaking, I don't want to encroach anyone's boundaries. But to the degree that is, I guess, public information, so to speak, his alarms go off and he just can't continue. Okay, so let's find out for KDP. Why does Jordan feel so anxious? Let me see. I thought I just saw something come in. Double check. No. Same one. It was the same one, just lighting up because it's been a few minutes. All right, his alarms go off and he just can't continue. Why does Jordan feel so anxious? Tuning into Jordan's inner self to the degree we are allowed to see. Why does he feel so anxious after his conversation with Katie, please? Ooh, 10 of Wands. He feels really overburdened, or I don't know if it's maybe the words you're using or the tone of voice you're using, or just that he knows he's done some things that he's not very proud of, that he feels very overburdened. It's almost like he just kind of energetically shuts down. He's like, "Yeah, I've already heard this. You told me this last week or, however long ago." So he kind of just gets in this mode where it's like same-ish, different day, at least according to what I'm not saying that that's the reality of it. That's just how he's interpreting things because we're tuning into his energy and his interpretation of things. So he just feels very overwhelmed, kind of like, can't this just go away? I already know I've done wrong. Just let it rest kind of energy. Yeah, but he is very in his ego, almost like he doesn't want to face his deeper emotions because it is so heavy. It is so burdensome. This would require him to have to grow up and actually communicate and be an adult in a relationship. And I don't know that he's quite ready for that with this combination. He's really not ready for it now. Will he be in the future? I guess that will remain to be seen. But let's just see. Yeah, he's very in his head when you are communicating, even if you're not, yelling at him or accusing him of anything, just you talking to him about your emotions can really put him in his head because he doesn't want to feel some of his own deeper emotions. So it almost triggers him into getting up in his head and, just thinking all these thoughts and having all this escalate. Let's just see why else he feels so anxious. Yeah, this is definite worry energy for sure. And Four of Wands, yeah, because he wants a happy home. He wants a happy life. He wants the marriage. He wants children. I do see that that is something he ultimately wants. I just don't know that he wants that right now because he's in some very wounded child energy is really what I see with this. Let me fix that. Always and before he gets like that, so much connection. Yeah. It's almost like he wants this happily ever after, but yet when he starts to get a taste of it, it scares him and then he pulls back or he shuts down or just feels very overburdened by it. Like, oh no, what if I'm not worthy? And I think this, again, just goes back to childhood, not feeling worthy. I don't know if he grew up in poverty or there was a lot of verbal abuse specifically, just not feeling worthy or not feeling good enough. Could have even been a broken home of some sort. Or a lot of violence around the home, at least with yelling. I'm seeing a lot of yelling. But with the Six of Crystals here, I do see that he wants things to balance out. He definitely wants you in his life, but I think right now it's so heavy just knowing what he knows of your past connection and, just him feeling very overwhelmed, even just with life in and of itself. Not even the connection he has with you, but life itself is very overwhelming to him right now. I don't know if he's stressed about money. Oh, sorry about that. Hopefully we can get the thing going here. But to me, this is like maybe a stress about money or being able to pay rent and just wondering, how all that money's coming in. Because a lot of times this is like a philanthropic, is that even, how do I say it? Philanthropic or, that philanthropy card where he wishes he could have more money to lead a more lenient lifestyle. Let's just see. Ooh. Yeah, Chancellor of Crystals, so Queen of Pentacles. So yeah, he's definitely needing some more financial security to be leading the life that he's always wanted. And then with the Empress energy, so this might, and the Moon, wow. Yeah, again, going back to childhood, this could have to do with his connection with his mother. Even if he on paper seems to have a good relationship with his mother, it was very volatile when he was a child. And I don't know if this was because his mother was yelling or his mother was the one getting yelled at by maybe a father figure or a stepfather figure. But there's kind of a discordance with the mother energy. Yeah. And specifically because this is the Queen of Pentacles, the Empress, and the Moon. They are all feminine and mother energies here. But this is also intuitive. Him not being able to trust his own intuition or what he really wants in life because he's very confused, just knowing very fourth house energy of mother, of house, of home, of financial independence or security, being able to have the more luxurious things in life. These are all ruled by the fourth house. Let's just see anything else. And then, yeah, so we've got the masculine creator and then the feminine creator. So there's maybe what I'm really seeing with all this overburdened and being in his head, a disconnect between his own inner masculine and inner feminine energies. So it makes it difficult for him to have a solid relationship with a feminine energy because his childhood was, and this could even be if he, like, on the surface is saying, yeah, I had a great childhood, I don't know. There just might have been things he's repressed, and I can't really dig any further than I have because there's like a big brick wall now as far as his childhood and his connection to his mother. But if he has told you anything about his childhood, of course you already know, so that's why this information is available. Um, but if you didn't know this, this is kind of, I guess, something maybe he has talked about publicly or with, a close circle of friends. Let's see if we can get any advice for you with this anxiety. Any advice for Katie in being able to communicate with Jordan without having this anxiety come up? Yeah, soothe with aloe vera. And aloe vera is your skin after you have a sunburn or a burn. So right now he's feeling very burned, very burned. Yeah, talks really good about his mom. Yeah, and again, this could be just ways his mom was treated, and now he's unsure because he had role models specifically not treating the mother figure very well. Um, but yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to be as cut and dry as what's coming through. Just energetically, that's what I'm seeing. Maybe a lot of yelling, either at mother or from mother. I never know exactly how to interpret these until they're very cut and clear. But there's definitely mother energy in this, but then the masculine came in as well. But with the soothe card here, I would just say when you are communicating with him, just to use a very soothing tone of voice instead of, and I know a lot of times when we've got grievances against someone or, we want to work something out, we tend to say, well, you did this, you did that, you did this, you did that. And even if we're not meaning to attack that person, they might feel attacked or like they're in the wrong or like they did something wrong. Now they have to stand up for themselves or make an excuse for what happened. But just coming with a very calm, cool, and collected approach is your very best advice here. I hope that resonated, Katie. Sounds like a very sad situation that I see there's a lot of love on both sides. It's just maybe the timing isn't right because he is going through a lot, specifically in the financial department. And maybe all this mother energy just going back to his childhood because maybe it was very back and forth with the finances when he was a child, yeah, I can totally tell you love him. And it's almost like you want to be a mother to him or help him in ways beyond what, a partner would help. We want to fix people. Women, not all women, but, kind of in general, women want to help. We want to fix, we want to nurture. And if he's already in a hard place, it's very hard for that nurturing to come off as help. And it feels more burdensome than anything. Or like, oh, you're just trying to change me or you're trying to fix me. Even though that's not maybe what you're exactly intending to do. You're just wanting to offer him some guidance or some help. And he doesn't want to take time in the way of your relationship. Yeah, absolutely. But I'm not saying, energetically speaking, this doesn't mean this is going to last forever. So, if you're called to give him some space, that might be good. Or just let him know be a very soothing approach to communicating with him. Just leaving those lines of communication open if you feel it's good for you, because really you need to do what's best for you in this situation. If you feel intuitively that kind of letting him go and letting him have his space for a while is in your best interest, then follow that guidance as well. But if you feel okay to just kind of giving him his space and leaving those lines of communication open, then you can go that route. But yeah, I'm wishing you the best in your communication and your connection with Jordan, Katie. Big hugs. Heading over to my email for Brianna. And we have, I've been stuck trying to release my panic. My plan. Why do I read that as panic? Okay, release my plan because quite frankly, it just isn't ready. I was forced to do more research before I feel comfortable showcasing it. Recently, Plan X, that's what you're talking about. Plan X, that's what you're talking about. Plan W ended in some who I am now in the present moment, but out keeps getting and wondering if I should take the leap and release Plan W right now. I'm already hearing a big yes with that releasing Plan W right now, because this is, you can kind of ride the energy. It feels very supportive with Plan W right now for you to ride that wave. And that doesn't mean that you can't pivot to Plan X later on. But let's see what the cards have to say for you, Brianna. But that's already coming through that, yeah, Plan W is definitely a go. If you feel like you want to do it, do it. Absolutely. And that doesn't mean you're losing out on Plan X eventually. It just maybe, again, divine timing is at play right now. So let's tune into Plan W as far as taking the leap of faith on that Plan W for Brianna. Yeah, 4 of Pentacles, 4 crystals. So this is probably the most dualistic card that I've ever seen in the tarot in its upright position, because it could mean holding back, but it could also mean having a very fine, perspective on your financial future. Specifically, if this is a business or something that's going to create money for you or income for you, I would say green light go. Green light go on Plan W, because this is you having a very balanced approach to the financial aspect of it, or being able to reap financial abundance from this plan. Any further guidance on Plan W and taking that leap right now for Brianna? Absolutely, now is the time. This is, let's do it. Let's do it energy. This is forward momentum. Of course, this energy in and of itself can fizzle out after a while. So if you already have a pretty solid plan in place for Plan W, then this should just take you into it and you're off to the races because you got that game plan. But if you don't have a solid plan for Plan W, I would say, yes, get it started, but work diligently behind the scenes to continue the forward momentum of it. Let's just see anything else for Plan W. 6 of Wands, there's victory here. Yeah, I would say definitely go down this route. If you're called, if it aligns with who you say you are now, ooh, perfect. Let's just get a quick read on Plan X in the future, because I don't feel right now is the right time for Plan X, but let's tune into Plan X. And maybe the word panic came through when I said it because you knew it wasn't ready. You would love to have this thing go up and happen right now, but it's not quite time. Yeah, and maybe because you're waiting for like another part of the puzzle or another piece of the puzzle to come into the picture here. Could be a romantic interest or a soul connection or a partnership. This might be bigger than just you, that you need a business partner or someone that you can trust to really help you with this if it's something you're doing on your own. That's why Plan X, it's not quite time yet, because you haven't lined up this support system with it. Get one more on this before we close out. Okay, and 8 of Wands. But I think you're going to be able to, if you take the leap on Plan W, it's almost like you could pivot to Plan X like pretty soon, because you got the 2 fastest moving cards in the deck right here. This could even be two potential timelines that eventually you can have your cake and eat it too, whatever that means to you. You can have your cake and eat it too. So I hope that brought you some clarity, Brianna. Wow, exciting stuff. But both opportunities, I was kind of reading more into the future on this opportunity, or kind of why it wasn't working out, and it was because there's a missing piece. But once you find this missing piece, you can get this thing rolling so, like, to me, it feels like a viral energy, not in like a pandemic sort of way, but like a internet viral sort of way. Like the word will get out and people will, like, if this is a service you're offering, like people will be banging down the door to get this service or whatever it is you're offering energetically. People want what you're offering, but I don't think you can do it alone. I'm hearing you are but one person. This needs a greater support than just you being the one to have to push this thing forward. But oh God, I got such chills. So Mama Monica, she's on deck to help with this energy. Of course she is. Yes, can you see? Can you see my chills up here? Let me get it. It's very blurry. I got to get closer to the table. Goosebumps. Yes. I knew it. The idea is too big for just me. Yes. But whenever in the future, this could be any time in the future, a year from now, 10 years from now, whatever, whenever. But in the future, this is like big energy for you to be able to know, to set this framework in such a big way that it's not just you having to do all the work. Because this is bigger than just you. This is great. But this is something you can start now and move forward on now, and could even go in tandem with Plan X for sure. Wow. So exciting. Yes, I knew it. I just needed confirmation. Yes, big tears. Aw. It says my connection is unstable, but I hope you got the message. Yes. Well, big hugs. I think that is the last donation. Yeah. So we're gonna call it there. We're just a little over an hour here. I do have the 2023 readings or predictions up on my other channel, Harmony Portal Tarot, linked in the description below. Also, the January pick a card, and then earlier today, the 3 months from now and up. So pick a card on what you can expect between now and 3 months from now is available. If you would like to go see that, feel free to check it out. As far as all that goes, I have a couple daily messages coming out this weekend and Monday, and then another pick a card coming out on Tuesday. So that is going to do it for me. I hope everyone has a lovely and fabulous weekend. I love you, and I'm of course going to miss every single one of you until we meet again on Wednesday. So big hugs. I won't see you till next year. Oh my gosh, it's going to be so long. Corniest dad joke ever. Every time the year is ending, I'm like, I won't see you till next year. But it is so true. But it's not going to be that long. So we will see you next year, next Wednesday, right here on Harmony Portal Tarot Live. All right, you guys. Bye.